Welcome back to the podcast, your special time to care for your energy first. And today's episode is so intriguing to me because what was coming forward is really reiterating what's been going on in the current energy stream. And I'm going to share with you a couple of messages Spirit has shared in client sessions that I have permission to share because they're so good. I've been implementing some of them. And I've been, having chit chats, having fireside chats with some of my buddies, my peers in this industry, and we've just kind of been comparing notes. And I want to share with you some of those things too. So, okay, we're going to get right into it. The mind versus the body versus the heart. As someone who used to operate almost 100% from my mind, if that's possible, and now, as someone who operates from my body and my heart and my soul, and my mind plays a very important role. Instead of being at 100%, now we're grandmasters. Now we're 82%. You know what I mean? You get the idea. But people are still not yet fully embodying and trusting and leading from heart. It feels like they feel vulnerable, they feel scared, they feel like the sacrificial lamb, they feel like they're going to get lost, they feel like they're going to fail. And it's like a free fall. That's what it's like. It's like a free fall. Welcome to the club. Are you in this club? We wear flats and comfy shoes here, just so you know. So that's been a big one, is people adjusting or not adjusting to that. And this is what the energies are holding for us. So it's not as if some people are choosing to walk this path and some aren't. In some degree, we all are figuring it out. And the energies that are here are really, really honing that in. I have a pen and paper with me today. I don't usually do that. I usually intuit things, but this one called for it. So I got to check that one off so we can stay on track. But they are taking me to the last one already, which is so funny. Okay, I want to know if you've been feeling this one as of late. The hydration piece is, my peers have been saying the same thing. Hydration, in order for us to hold and integrate these energies and these higher frequencies, we need to be fully hydrated. So I still love my little cup of joe in the morning, and I hydrate oftentimes with a little bit apple cider vinegar in there. But hydration, hydration, I am noticing such an immense difference in my personal clarity when I am focusing on my hydration. It's been this funny non-negotiable lately. Okay, next, feelings. So our emotions, our intuition. We are now on this new wavelength where the validation is coming through in a very clear sense. So before, we would have these intuitive nudges and feelings, and things might kind of trickle off, or nothing may come of it, or there was no repercussions, or there was no validation. And we are now very self-validating, very self-validating. The self-validating part was big one there. So I thought that was pretty cool. You have heard me talk about this on the podcast before, but the resurgence of fasting for personal spiritual benefit, not just health reasons. And we all know that the two go hand in hand. And here I am following through on my hydration. Why am I coughing right now? Hang on. So, what I love about, pardon me, fasting, we're back. Fasting is that it's like a gateway spiritual drug. As you get into extended fasts, what opens up for you spiritually? My friend and I have this term. We're like, oh, we're up leveling, we're up leveling. I mean, you know what we mean by that. But it feels like you are. It's like you're on this consistent up level high when you fast. It just feels so good, so good. And always, always, always listen to your body. Always. Your body knows. We don't want to work against our body anymore, and we don't want to force it to do ungodly things because our mind is decrepit on what we think it needs to look like. No, no, no. We are we are working with it now. We are communed. Okay. Oh, yeah, this was a good one. This came through in a client session. So, one of the on this podcast over the last year or so, we've been really honing in on what are you doing with your mind? Your mind puts energy into motion. Your mind controls energy. And one of the things that has always worked for me really well is visualization. And a client, the guides were bringing up visualization to a client, and they said, when you visualize it first, it can feel fake. And we laughed. And I was like, that is so true. That is so true. So it's not fake, but it feels funny at the time because your current reality, which was built on your past thoughts, is what you're currently witnessing. And that's why it's confusing. But it does become stronger, clear, and good. Okay, house clearings have been busy lately. And just this gentle reminder that everything carries an energy. Everything has energy. And more people are not trusting themselves, that if they don't like a thing, they still believe it's that lack feeling that, well, I still need to keep it, or guilt, right? So and so gave this to me. Or, maybe a negative energy has attached itself to a religious relic in your home and you love the religious relic, but at the same time, you're like, I get bad vibes and we know it ain't Jesus. So what is it? So just something to keep in mind. You can always have a priest bless it or call on somebody to do the work to clear it or donate it, whatever feels right for you. But the energy of things is that's only going to get louder and louder over the years. On the horn of house clearings, in a number of house clearings I've done over the years, I have been so surprised at how minor a water leak will be and what a major effect it has on the home. Now, if you are a feng shui expert, you'd say, yes, Emily, duh. Well, I am not. I am not Chinese in this lifetime who has been brought up in that beautiful realm and tradition of feng shui, but I can tell you for 100% certain, I have been so utterly surprised at how the most minor water drips, leaks, weird things draining weird ways just has a massive impact on the overall energy of the home. So if that toilet's been running in the background and you keep meaning to get that fixed, or you're like, you know what, I should just start closing the laundry room door more often, just do it. You're right. You're absolutely right. Your intuition's right. Okay. We only have a few more to go here. The other one is such a big one. We are not responsible for the feelings and emotions of others. Unless, of course, we are responsible for them, right? Like if you say, you're a meanie and I don't like okay, obviously, if you offend someone, you need to know, but you know what I mean. This one has been showing up in my life in the most interesting ways. And it doesn't, we really put upon our impressions and beliefs about what other people and things are feeling. Mm. We concoct in our mind, they must be thinking this, they must be feeling this. Unless they tell us, we have no idea. So our job is to stay true in our light, feel good in our light, and that person is responsible for being responsible for their feelings and coming to you to communicate if that even needs to happen. But I'm not really talking about that. What I'm talking about is how much of our mind's energy is being wasted on thinking about potentially how someone else is feeling or what they could be feeling or thinking. When and if this one ever really clicks or lands, it is a big one. It is a big one. And as empaths, I will tell you what, it is very light and very freeing to feel like it's weird when you realize that there's this thing that we carry as if we're responsible for someone else's well-being and happiness, and to realize that we're not and we can be autonomous in ourselves is wild. Wild. Obviously, this doesn't apply to, narcissists and people like that, but you get the idea. You get the idea. Okay, and the final piece. So, one of my, this came through a client session, and I told her, I was like, can I please use this? She goes, absolutely. And I started doing it myself too. So, I love to journal. I'm a regular journaler. I'm a regular journaler, and not every day. a lot of days. And what the guides actually suggested is to pick whatever day feels good for you. So a Sunday or a Monday, and actually flush out, the artist's way. She has you flush out the first few pages, the first 3 pages. Do your version of that, but flush out from the week before, flush out your thoughts for the upcoming week. And from there, journal about your week, set your intentions for the week, thoughts, goals, whatever your period of life you're in for the week. It was just such a beautiful way to wrap it up. And I really loved that because not everybody has the time to journal for 5 to 10 minutes a day. I mean, sure, we all could, but you know what I mean? And it felt the energy of it just feels really, really good. So I started doing that and I really like it. And I also like it because, again, it's your mind directing the energy for where it wants to go. And one of the things clients will always tell me is that setting your intentions for your day, for your week, have the highest impact and it's the most easy thing to do. I hope you enjoyed today. I would love to know your thoughts, what's been coming through for you. And we're busy. We're busy on the back end, but I will say this, busy on the back end in the right way. There's been a lot of changes on the back end of my business, and I've been listening and intuiting and, playing. I've been doing a lot of playing in my life, move those energies around. And I'm so thrilled with these programs, the people who are in them, what we're all co-creating together, and the direction our world is headed. I know it's rough. I know the news is rough. I know the pictures we're seeing is rough and the stories we're hearing is rough. I get it. I get it. But we are in charge now of creating our destiny. And people are doing it. We're in the age of Aquarius. We're doing it together. And for that, I am stoked. If you are interested in the Magic Accelerator certification program, or if you're someone who's been doing healing work for a number of years and you're ready to work less by refining your work more, by listening in better, by bringing more of your energy into the work, but not actually physically as a human doing more. This is for people who have had clients for a number of years, who are looking for community, who are looking to also receive intuitive feedback from their spirit team and guides because I channel messages that way. That's what the intuitive business group is about. And I just want to say how much fun I have in these groups, and people make long-term connections, genuine friendships, and it's just a very special place to be. Until next time, thank you so much for bringing your light into this world. It's been so great to connect here. If this episode resonated with you, please be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who you want to have more of these chats with. And as you move throughout your day, remember, your energy is your superpower. As you pay attention to it and trust it, you can watch your entire life begin to transform.